Welcome into Davis High School for the final day of the 6A 5A Challenge as the Davis Darts will wrap up the week by taking on the Olympus Titans. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Excited to bring you this contest tonight. We'll start with the visiting Olympus Titans coming in at 3-1, coming off an impressive win last night against Syracuse. And for Coach Barnes, this is a group that returns a lot of starters. Well, some key contributors, we should say, including the senior 6'4 guard, Jordan Barnes, and the 6'5 Dutch Dowdell. It's been a dynamic duo for the Titans this year. And then you welcome in a couple of other seniors like Reed Smiley, Will Blank off the bench, and Gavin Lowe, the sophomore, continues to impress. It'll be interesting to see what Olympus has in store for this Davis team, which comes in at 4-2. A couple of tough losses, close losses early in the year for Davis, but they're coming off a nice win against their rival from just down the road in the Viewmont Vikings. This is a Davis group. They return some key contributors as well, including the 6'3 junior guard Coleman Atwater. He's averaging 14 a game. Zach Fisher topping him out with 15 a game. The 6'6 forward's been spectacular in his senior season. And Ike Morgan, another senior, has continued to impress offensively early on in the season for the Darts, as two of the better coaches in the state of Utah going head-to-head here in an inter-classification matchup. So a great game last year. It hopes to be a great game again this year, as the Davis Darts will start off the day with the matchup against the 5A Power Titans. Davis in the home whites, Olympus in the road greens, and our contest underway is the opening tip controlled by Davis. This is the aforementioned Ike Morgan, handed off with Atwater. Now Fisher coming around the screen baseline. This is Taylor, as we almost got through the whole starting lineup. Easton Ralph's the other starter for Davis here tonight. Want to let you know the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. At times we stop it early, start late, that sort of a thing. Here's Gavin Lowe on the run out. Lowe off the glass, able to score the first bucket of the game for the Titans. A little pressure here from Olympus as Morgan trying to break it. Nice job with doing so. Oh, got caught in the air. Well defense there by Olympus as the Titans come up the floor here once again. Our apologies. Man, had a great look inside there. Smiley just had that come off the front of the rim. Here is Ralphs. Transfer over from, was a Phoenix at one point. As this one stopped as it was out of play. Davis basketball. Here's Morgan, couldn't get that to go. Barnes with the rebound. Olympus lost their season opener to Orem. They led early in that one. Orem came back to get the win. Low looking to kick out straight away. Here's Dowdell for three. Dutch Dowdell, future Ivy Leaguer there, able to hit the triple. Fisher sends back out, three from the corner. Won't go. Atwater trying to get the rebound and a dual possession tie up there. We'll give the possession here to Olympus. 5-0 Titans here in the first 90 seconds of play. Hand off. Barnes, Jordy. Gonna try to drive, that was deflected. Morgan coming up to help defensively. Dutch. Sends out, Low had it taken away. Nice D by Davis. Fisher trying to cut through the double team, wanted to save it, does to Morgan for three. That one was long, and that one couldn't be kept here, as it will go back to Davis just off the fingertips there of the senior Caleb Taylor. Up and down here early on. Here's Smiley. Dutch, he'll pull up for three. Ooh, that just rimmed out on Dutch. That was halfway down. Here comes Atwater now. Fisher. Zach for three. That's off the front of the rim. Board from Atwater. Zach again. Sends up top. Good ball movement here for Davis. That shot clock was reset. A look in the corner. Taylor. That was strong. Fisher trying to get that board. And it will go out of play. And it will stay here. Boy, Davis had a couple open looks. Haven't been able to get anything to go here in this early Saturday morning. Atwater over to Morgan. Now Fisher trying to drive here on Dowdell. Turning inside. That was just strong. And the board to Barnes. Future Aggie. Dowdell into the paint. Little turnaround from 10. 5 early points here for Dutch. Olympus thought should have been a whistle there. Fisher inside to Ralphs. Off the backboard wouldn't go as Barnes came down to try to defend that late. And did just enough to disrupt the shot. Here's Dowdell. Smiley looking inside for Barnes, and a hold here called on Morgan inside. First foul of the game going to be picked up here by Ike Morgan. Substitutions for Davis. Bodie Sparrow checking in, as does Trayden Bessinger. A couple of players from the Gridiron coming into the hardwood here tonight. Bessinger coming over there on the help, high off the glass, too hard, and it will stay here with Olympus. Always fun to see these players without the helmets on. Trayden, Bodie, of course. Bodie had a fantastic freshman year. Wide receiver, it's going to be a name we talk about for years, and Coach Sims says he's just as talented on the hardwood as, boy, that's a good work inside by Smiley. Able to back Sparrow down. It's 9-0. Bessinger works to the wing. Atwater for three. Yes. Coleman Atwater able to get that first Davis basket here on the three. Other end. Ooh, boy, nearly had an opportunity there from Mayfield. Barnes, a long three. And a timeout taken as it's 12-3. Olympus with the strong start here on the road. Welcome back. 12-3, the advantage for Olympus. A pair of triples, one from Dowdell, one from Barnes in this first quarter, have helped the Titans get off to the start. Davis has had open looks, just the 1-3 made by Atwater just a possession ago. Here's Sparrow. They're working around the angle. That one found its way through. Sparrow for three. Bodie Sparrow able to get a good open look and drill it, the freshman, with his first field goal tonight. Dowdell, they go high post here. Little turnaround from Smiley, won't go. Tapped out, Reed able to regather it. Taken away by Sparrow. Bodie trying to run out. Oh my goodness, Bodie Sparrow able to split the Titan defenders. 5 early points here. There's low, little zone look here for the Darts. Reef back up top here. Barnes, a long three, just short. We asked Jody what's within his range. He said if it's in the building, it's in range. He's shown that tonight here early. Not afraid of pulling up the long three. Skipped across. Oh, nice job breaking this down. Smiley looking underneath for low. Gavin will work out. Barnes, a three. Yep. Second three of the game for Jordan Barnes. Atwater, he'll try to match it. That wouldn't go. A hard closeout there by Lowe. Davis thought could have been contact after. Jordy finds some space again, out off the back of the rim. Kept here on the board by Mayfield. Inside, and it's Smiley. That lead pushed back up to 9 here early for Olympus. Morgan. Bessinger back up top here. A work into Fisher. 3 Olympus Titan defenders there. Sent back out. Worked around, quick ball movement. Sparrow trying to drive baseline. Cut off there by Mayfield. And this will be the first Olympus foul of this first quarter, given to Eli Mayfield, the 6'5" forward. Here we'll see Will Blank come on the floor. And for Davis, Connor Swap will check in. 44 seconds left here, opening frame into the corner. This sent up with Fisher. Fisher the drive, finds a little separation. That shot off the mark and couldn't be kept here as it's gathered there by Olsen. Weston pushing it here for the Titans. And just a 2-second differential, game clock to shot clock. .15 seconds left on the shot clock. Jordy just letting this trickle down. Chance to take a double-digit lead. 5 on the shot clock, skip across. Olsen, got to create something. The drive, Olsen all the way, wouldn't go. The tap up won't, and that'll do it. First quarter in the books, a strong start for Olympus. 3 Titan triples give them the 9-point lead. You're watching Davis basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. Welcome back, start of the second quarter. 17-8 the start for Olympus. Boy, took a few minutes for Davis to find their offense. They've had good looks. See if they can find a little more consistency here in this second quarter. They'll start with the basketball. Sparrow. Davis has been good defensively, Olympus has been very good defensively. Quick movement, they've contested a lot of shots. And Davis had a couple of open threes, probably been their best looks, but just hit the 2 threes here early and just 1 2-point field goal other than that. 5 for Bodie, 3 for Atwater. As the drive there, and a nice job attacking, creating a contact. It's Bodie Sparrow drawing the foul there on Reef. Smiley, first personal on Reef. So to the line here, Bodie shooting a pair. Yeah, that one little strong. A couple substitutions for Davis. Caleb Taylor back on the floor. Trayton Bessinger back on the floor for Coach Sims. That one's short. And cleared there by the Titans. Empty trip to the line. Taylor defending Dowdell. Smiley looking to drive, turning into the middle. Bessinger there. Atwater with the steal, and then fouled here by Dowdell. First personal on Dutch. Second team foul on the Titans here just in this first minute of this second quarter. Sparrow will inbound for the Darts. Oh boy, Bodie's pass looking into the corner for Atwater. Couldn't touch it, just too tall. As Davis turns it over here. Here's Olsen. Barnes looking inside. Oh, what a find, but Dowdell couldn't get that to go down. That's a tough shot. Atwater looking to drive, will work back to Taylor. Well, the ball movement from Davis. They're trying to create some lane to do something. Fisher here working against Dowdell. A little touch from Zach won't go. Smiley with the board. Zach Fisher has really been the best interior presence here early. Hasn't been able to get one to fall yet, though. Taylor trying to defend. Jordy and Barnes drawing the contact. Jordy will work his way to the line as Caleb Taylor picking up his first foul. Olympus will bring on some substitutions here. Mayfield and Lowe ready to come on the floor. Meanwhile, for Davis, Ike Morgan ready to check in. It's the first free throw from Jordy. Good. And Barnes 2 for 2. The lead now 11. Oh, nice little backdoor cut. Atwater with the finish at the rim. Nice take there from Coleman. He and Bodie now with 5 apiece. All the Davis points coming from the 1-2. Sent back over Dowdell. An extended 3 against that zone, just off the mark. Offensive board from Lowe. In the teeth of that D. Sends out. Dutch will try again. Back of the rim, and a long board gathered by Lowe. A sophomore with a couple boards. Dowdell, third time? No. And that gathered by Morgan. Boy, you don't want to give Dowdell 3 looks on one possession. Davis probably fortunate there. See if the offense can take advantage. Morgan. Looking baseline, they'll skip across. Coleman from the opposite corner. Coleman Atwater. His second 3 of the game. And just like that, it's cut to 6. Davis staying in this zone. High screen, Barnes found distance. Off the back of the rim. And that one kept in right to Lowe, and no shot here. This foul called on the floor. And going to go to Caleb Taylor, his second. One of the risks, you throw that ball, trying to keep it in, but you end up throwing that in the paint. You run that risk of just having that result, setting up the opponent. Taylor staying on the floor here with his second. Inbounded up with Smiley. And Dowdell. Jordy, oh my goodness, just dissecting a plethora of moves for Jordy Barnes. He's in double figures. Sparrow, he'll try the 3. That just rimmed out for Bodie. Barnes on the run, has Titans with him. And Smiley with the lay-in on the other end. Morgan in for Bessinger. Sends back out Ike. Trying to work baseline there. Bessinger back to Ike. Trading here again. Shot clock down to single digits. 5 on the shot clock. Morgan works out. Sparrow. And an offensive foul called here on Bodie Sparrow. First personal on Bodie. Talk about, boy, Olympus being active defensively. You see it there. Coach Barnes' squad's best known for the long range, but boy, they've flexed their defensive muscle here tonight. I don't mean to undersell their defense. It's been stout, but tonight it's been super impressive. Quick substitution here for Davis as JT Turley will check in. They had to displace Coach Sims there for the inbound. Jordy. Oh, inside Smiley again. Reef Smiley now with 8. When Olympus has been really difficult, it's when they can shoot the three and they've got that interior ability that Smiley has provided tonight. As an offensive board here, Turley on the drive, got caught in the air, worked around. Coleman straight away. Atwater again, another triple for Coleman Atwater, his 3rd of the game. They're going to need him to continue to hit that shot tonight against, or this morning, I should say, as Olympus has been knocking him down early. This will stay with the Titans. Here's Dowdell. Drive, Dutch off the glass. Good take there from Dutch. Driving against Fisher. 7 now for Dowdell. Here's Turley. Fisher works out. Sparrow. Oh, he thought about that 3. Shot clock at 10. Atwater trying to drive, lost it, and it will go to Olympus. Just over 2 minutes to go here in this first half. Dowdell. Good defense there by Fisher. Here's Lowe, 15 left on the shot clock. Barnes in the block. Bessinger was there to defend that little turnaround. Skipped over. Smiley. Now Smiley in double figures as we've got 90 seconds left here in the opening half. Fisher. Boy, Davis really needs to find a way to get him going. Still just the 2 scores for the Darts here in this first half. Turley in the paint, works to Bessinger. Sparrow. That 3 won't go. Bessinger fighting for the board, comes away with it. Reset the shot clock. Sparrow in the paint, little reverse. Couldn't get enough on it. Final minute of play. And a blocking foul called here. Boy, Coach Sims thought that should have been offensive. It was mighty close to being so, but instead the call here on Turley. That'll be the first on him, 4th team foul on Davis. Substitution, Breiker Kauser checking in here for Sparrow for the Darts. Here's Barnes. And a foul inside will send Jordy Barnes to the line as Turley picking up 2 fouls here quickly. 5th team foul, so we'll line it up and Barnes will get the pair. Good night for Jordy Barnes, sitting at 10 right now. Hit 2 free throws earlier in the quarter, has 2 here. Reef with 10, Dowdell with 7. As first free throw for Jordy Pure, he's got 1 more. Two for 2. Atwater. Sends to Turley, in with Fisher. Zach trying to work through, too long on the shot, and Olympus on the run. Low in the paint, able to create some space against Atwater. Here's Fisher in the paint, other end. And I think it was Smiley who got just a piece on that. Made a tough shot there for Fisher as the shot clock turned off here for the final 13 seconds. Olympus can take the last shot, holding a 17-point lead. Dowdell, little step back, three, Dutch just short. The tap up, oh, just missed by Lowe. Boy, a big half for Olympus as it's a 33-16 lead for the Titans. At the break, they lead the Darts in our Saturday opener of the 6A 5A Challenge. We're watching Davis basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. Getting ready to start our second half. Olympus with a 33-16 lead over Davis. And looking at stats in that first half, couple things that stand out to you. One, a 20-10 rebounding advantage for the Titans. 2-1, that's certainly going to help. The shooting percentage has been drastically different. 48% from the floor for Olympus, 27% for the Darts. Just 2 scorers for Davis, 11 for Coleman Atwater, 5 for Bodie Sparrow. That's all 16 points for the Darts. Meanwhile, for Olympus, 12 from Jordy Barnes, 10 from Smiley, 7 from Dowdell, and 4 from Gavin Lowe to round it out for the visiting Titans. As we start the second half, Olympus basketball, largest lead of the game, 17. Oh, Smiley able to keep that here. Meanwhile, 3 of 11 from 3 for Olympus, 4 of 12 from long range for the Darts. Jordy has it here. He's trying to feed that in to Reef, and Lowe takes it away. Gavin floats it up, won't go, and rebounded there by Fisher. Zach Fisher did not score in that first half. Had a couple looks, all challenged, particularly on the interior. And see how Davis tries to free him up. In half number 2 here, they're one of their top scorers, according to averages coming into the year. Meanwhile, Easton Ralph's in the block. Can't get him the basketball. 10 left on the shot clock here for Davis. Atwater in the corner. Fisher the drive. Gives to Taylor. Oh, that's nice work. Caleb Taylor able to score, and the first Dart not named Bodie or Coleman to find the bottom of the net here tonight. And that coming in the second half. Here's Barnes. Dutch, a little bit of space, just misses. And Dutch Dowdell now unofficially 1 of 7 from long range. That one knocked out by Olympus. It'll stay here. Want to thank the Pettengills here at Davis. Always do such a great job with stats, giving us updated stats at the break. Here's Fisher inside. There you go. First bucket for Zach Fisher. I'm sure a sigh of relief on what's been a tough offensive night for the senior. But man, if he can find his rhythm, he can get hot really fast. Can score outside, inside, and see if that can help him build that confidence here in this third quarter. Here's Lowe. Sends up. Davis with some defense. Shot clock down to 5. Jordy working around that screen. Has space. Gets the 3 away. And Barnes off the mark. Tapped out and collected by Taylor. Here's Morgan. And stepped on the line. They say a turnover. Davis saw that there was contact there that forced the off balance. I think they had a case, but the officials didn't see it. Inside, deflected. It'll stay here off Atwater. Smiley wouldn't go. Contested by Atwater. Davis with the clear. Sent ahead. Here comes Caleb working over and one. Easton Ralphs with the bucket on the run out, and a chance for Ralphs to get the three-point play for Davis. Boy, and right now, I don't know what it is with that south end rim. It gave Davis fits in the first half. Olympus here, we're almost 3 minutes in. They haven't been able to find the bottom of the net here in the second half, shooting on that rim. Ralphs with a chance to make it a 10-point difference, and he does not. I thought that was going to go. Olympus coming down, Barnes inside, and a foul called here on Ralphs. First personal on Easton. Baseline. Here's Lowe. Gavin trying to drive. Morgan gets a hand on the ball. They find Smiley inside. Inside. Ralphs going up. Easton Ralphs. Boy, I like Davis trying to establish that interior. They tried with Zach early on. The defense was suffocating, but those last couple times quickly up the floor. Ball worked in before help could come. Been able to get finishes through the senior transfer, Easton Ralphs. Here's Jordy. Dowdell working against Zach Fisher. That's where that length comes in so handy. It's good positioning by Fisher. Dutch just longer, able to reach around there at the rim. Here's Morgan as we approach the midway point here in this third quarter. Atwater works to Morgan. Ike, the drive, sends out Ralphs for three. Easton Ralphs has 7 points in the third quarter as he's trying to help the Darts claw back in this. It's a 10-point difference. Dowdell can't match it. Rebounded by Atwater. Here's Fisher. And Lowe here going to be called for the foul. That'll be the first on Gavin. Second team foul on Olympus here in this third. We got 3.5 to go here. Here's Atwater. Gives to the corner. Here come the Darts. Caleb Taylor from the corner. It's been a 14-4 third quarter advantage for Davis. Barnes, that's that double team. And a blocking foul here going to be called on Morgan. It'll be the second on Ike. Second team foul on Davis. Inside of 3 to go. Smiley. Here's Lowe. Open three, Mayfield, Eli Mayfield. His first field goal tonight pushes it back to 10. Ralphs giving to Fisher. And a foul here called inside. Mayfield going to pick this up, be his second. Davis here will inbound. Excuse me, that's the third personal on Mayfield. Looking in for Fisher. He's able to stay with that against the pesky Gavin Lowe. Atwater, a look at a three just off the front of the rim. Barnes with the board. Jordy inside, Dowdell. Dutch now in double figures offensively for the Titans. Morgan looking inside for Ralphs. Oh, a nice slip there by Easton. Smiley, that baseline taken away by Morgan. Dowdell lost it. Back with Coleman. As Olympus trying to set up defensively. Just late. And it's Caleb Taylor with his second three of the quarter. 42-35. One minute to go here in the quarter. Low in the corner. Just rimmed out. And a loose ball foul. Called here on Smiley. His second. 4-team foul on Olympus. No more fouls to give here for the Titans in this third quarter. Davis basketball. This was a 17-point difference at half. And Davis can pull to a two-possession deficit, striking distance, however you want to phrase it. Here's Fisher. Back out, Taylor, that blocked. And Fisher was out of bounds when he left his feet. So that'll go back to Olympus. Good closeout there on the perimeter. Caleb Taylor's found his spot from the corner. That's a great job recognizing it, getting out, and getting the block. Shot clock turned off here for these final 25 seconds. This is an important defensive play for the Darts to try to close out this third. Here's Barnes, 10 left on the clock. Jordy sizing it up. Help coming from Morgan. Jordy needs help. Goes baseline. Dowdell up. Too strong. The ball loosened. That'll do it. Third quarter in the books. A big charge by the Darts. They're back in range as it's 42-35 Olympus as we head to the fourth and final quarter. You're watching Davis basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. Welcome back. Tell you, another third quarter like the Darts just put together, and they'll walk out of here with a win. A 19-7 third quarter advantage for the Darts. In my mind, the question is, do they have enough energy to finish out the next 8 minutes? No one really in foul trouble other than Eli Mayfield for the Titans. He's got 3. No one else with 3 in the contest, as Davis will start with the basketball here to start this fourth quarter. Atwater skips across. Good movement here. Sets up Taylor. Caleb Taylor once again. Third three of the game for Caleb Taylor. He's now got 11. Needing help. Smiley sends out. Dowdell, extra pass. 3 from Olsen. No. Rebound by Taylor. Morgan pushing it for the Darts. Ooh, nearly got caught. Fisher, the baseline drive and dunk. And it's a 2-point game. Olympus led by 17 at the half. And a foul given here on the pressure by Morgan. Third on Ike. Here's Dowdell. Dowdell thought about it. Little spin, tough under move, and a loose ball foul here called on Olympus. They call it on Dutch. Second on Dowdell. Davis can take a lead on this possession. It was 33-16 Olympus at the half. Ralphs trying to back down Smiley. Oh, just short but fouled. Boy, that's a great move on the interior by Easton Ralphs. As Smiley being called here for his third, and Ralphs will head to the line shooting 2. Boy, it's one of the things. Easton Ralphs coming over, Coach Sims said, look, looking for kind of the right fit, right culture, loves the game, wants to play the game, and boy, he's been big in this second half tonight. Misses that first free throw as Mayfield back on the floor here for Olympus. I believe Lowe the other substitution, but boy, Easton in the starting lineup tonight. And then good minutes as that free throw rattled out for Easton. 2 misses at the line there for Ralphs. Here's Dowdell, other end, works to Lowe. Gavin dribbles around and gets the finish. Gavin Lowe back in the scoring column tonight. 6 for Gavin. Here's Taylor. Ralphs. That was deflected out by Dowdell, and we'll get the tie-up. That's a nice play by Ralphs on the floor. Doesn't have really the opportunity to possess. Just get your hand on the ball and hold it. Good defensive play on the offensive end there for Easton. The arrow will give it to Olympus. Jordy did not score in the third quarter. Still with 12. Jordy trying to drive against Fisher. Into that double team. Work around. Low now. Offensive foul. Second on Gavin. And a timeout taken by Davis, as they're trying to mount a huge comeback here at home. We'll be back. Davis basketball. Here's Taylor. He's had the hot hand, 3 threes in this second half. They give it to Zach. Fisher, the drive, and an offensive foul here away from the basketball called on Caleb Taylor, and that will be the third on Taylor. Oh, taken away, Taylor, but kept here. Boy, I thought Caleb had that steal. Dutch in the right spot at the right time to maintain for the Titans. Baseline, Smiley in the paint. And that is your leading scorer tonight for Olympus. Reef Smiley now with 14. Coleman, defended by Barnes. Gives back to Fisher from the corner. Zach for 3. Zach Fisher, his first triple. Other end, Dowdell. Count it. The foul on Ralphs, and Dutch will head to the line. Chance for the three-point play. Dutch. Yes. Back to a 6-point difference. Approaching the midway point here in our fourth quarter. Here's Fisher. Oh, feeding Ralphs. Boy, there was not a lot of room to fit that pass. Ralphs was ready, and Ralphs the finish. Zach with the assist. Jordy terminated, gives with Mayfield. Here's Dowdell. Lowe on the drive. Oh, the speedy Gavin Lowe finds his way to the rim. Gavin now with a couple fourth quarter drives. Fisher up with Morgan. Oh, that one plucked out of the air by Mayfield. They were trying to look backdoor to Taylor baseline. Mayfield, what a play. Gavin looking baseline again. Leaves for Jordy. First, second half points for Jordy Barnes. Pushes it back to 8. 3 to play here in our fourth quarter. Fisher gives back. Taylor thought about it, worked around. Ike, the drive, and that kicked by Mayfield. A couple nice defensive plays by Eli Mayfield here over the last 30 seconds. Davis with possession. Morgan, got to get it in. Looking for Ralph, tapped away by Lowe. And a foul here by Taylor, that's number 4. And that's the 4th team foul on Davis. Olympus will be shooting 2 free throws for the remainder of the contest. Here's Dowdell. Barnes defended by Fisher. Mayfield back to Jordy. Shot clock at 10. Barnes looking for that trap. They send out to Mayfield. Now Dowdell. 5 on the shot clock. Dowdell, the wraparound. Sends to Jordy. Long 3 from Barnes. Oh, they call the foul. Jordy will head to the line here to shoot 3. And Coach Sims does not like the call. 4th foul here on Morgan. And right now what Coach Sims is saying is that happened in the first half. There was no call. And right there, Jordy heading to the line to shoot the 3. Coach Sims, we try to remain neutral. I think he's got a case. There was a 3-point shot in the first half where there was contact as the shooter came down. There was no call. The same call there sends Barnes to the line. He made the first. He's made the second. He's got one more. And the real tough part about that is that was as the shot clock was sounding. That shot certainly got off in time. But Jordy Barnes at the line goes 3 of 3. And a timeout taken here by Olympus. Full timeout Titans as Jordy Barnes pushes it back to a double-digit difference. Had a little technical issue with the clock. 2:12 left here in the fourth quarter. 56-45 Olympus. Davis got to within 4. And boy, Olympus, what a job they've done pushing that back to double figures. A lot of work for the Darts to do here with time evaporating quickly. Approaching 2 to play. Morgan sends a cross and a foul here called underneath. And this will go on Mayfield, and that'll be the 4th on Eli. Here's Atwater. Morgan gives back to Easton. He'll take the 3. Ralphs just strong. Morgan, the offensive board. Here's Atwater. He sends up with Ike. Back to Morgan. Approaching 90 seconds left. Morgan. Long 2, 17-footer just short. Rebounded by Barnes. And a foul given here by Taylor. And that will be his 5th foul. Caleb Taylor fouling out tonight has finished with 11 points, all of them coming in that second half, 8 of them in the third quarter. His 2 threes were huge for Davis to get back in this game. Really felt like that was starting the momentum build for the Darts. But the night for Caleb Taylor, or the morning for Caleb Taylor, now complete. 2 here for Jordan. Barnes made 3 just a moment ago, misses the front end there. Barnes unofficially with 18 points now. Unofficial top scorer for the Titans this morning, Fisher. Works out. Here's Morgan trying to drive, baseline. Boy, tough finish for Ike Morgan. Able to get that one to go. Beautiful reverse lay-in. First field goal tonight for Ike, according to my count. Final 60 seconds. Here's Lowe. Into the timeline. I mentioned the season opener for Olympus. They had a big lead in that one, and Orem was able to chip away, come back. And they nearly had the same thing happen tonight as inside with Smiley, little reverse. He's got now 16, but Olympus able to fend off what was a furious Davis rally in this second half. Again, a 17-point difference at the break. Davis got to within 4. Atwater there for support. Atwater for 3. Coleman able to hit it, and a timeout taken here by Davis to stop the clock. 59-50 is Coleman with his 14th point on the made triple. We'll be back with the final 10 seconds after this. Olympus basketball, 11 seconds left. Great way to start off the final day of this 6A, 5A challenge. Barnes has to get it in, does to Dowdell, and the foul given here immediately is just 1 second came off. This one given to Ralphs. Third personal on Easton. As Dowdell going to the line here for Olympus. Not out of the realm, but certainly not looking like the highest percentage chance for Davis remaining, as Dowdell making the first, pushes it to 10. And that might just do it there. 15 now for Dutch. And make it 16. Low deflects it out, couldn't keep it in. Ralphs up to Fisher. Fisher the 3, short. Rebound is to Smiley, and that'll do it. The Olympus Titans use a strong first half, but fend off the charge here in the second half to walk away with a 61-50 victory. Our players of the game, Jordan Barnes unofficially finishing here with 18 points to lead all scorers tonight for the Davis Darts. Man, fantastic game from Caleb Taylor and Easton Ralphs. We're going to give it to the 2 of them, our Dart players of the game. Taylor finishes unofficially with 11. Ralphs as well with 11. Those 2 help to lead Davis back, get it to within 4, but just not enough for the Darts to pull off the comeback tonight. 61-50, your final score as Olympus defeats Davis. We want to thank you for joining us here on the Rewind Sports Network, where you can find Davis basketball all year long. We'll stream every Davis game in the state of Utah for the Darts, only on KSLSports.com. Thanks for joining us. For Bill Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. We'll see you next time for Davis High Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network.